We na openikesi on head of biology ewo department of department akese no a enne wo nuguchi a wom na hwe ye mo amo anketenkete te virus bacteria no ne ade ehu ne bobre ne se de ote no mpa ano aduro editia no openikesi yi ade ato dwa se asema na no FDA Food and Drugs Authority de ba yeso wom di mfidie bia kosi kotoka ya wo tukwa na Sofia broche na wo bene covid bremu a ye de behwe wo mogemu amoya hwe se ampa wo covid ni bia na so ni covid ni bia nkofo kan wo asem se enye no kre no won de wono wo nya adwen ofo de FDA fo ye no so se eye kroje na momo kire mu Prof kasem se eye 100% specific eno ne de scientists fo nti we make won te science ase a ha ho kra mpanifo ne se saa no wo mo yo no na nkofo se PCR system no mo de adwuma ne nya papa e no opani ne se enye no kra UTV ne opani edidi nkomo no de asem tu dwa bra wo ye nsentofo nhie mu a wo wie pepepe.
The policy for the airport is that passengers who are arriving are supposed to have a negative PCR. So we expect that when we do the antigen at the airport, because it is 100% specific, we expect to find that there will be nobody coming in with a positive result. That is the basis for recommending the use of this antigen machine at the airport. Because it is faster than the PCR, that's why it has been referred to erroneously as a rapid device. The PCR takes about an hour and 30 minutes, 2 hours when you load a sample into the machine. It's impossible to do PCR at any airport and get a result within less than 3 hours. With regards to the cost, I think it's very, very, very difficult to sit and estimate the cost. The cost of a test in a hospital, in a lab, is totally different from a cost that is offered as a service by a private provider in circumstances where he's expected to process. If you take a flight has 300 people, you're expecting to process them within 15, 20, 30 minutes. This means setting up multiple stations, multiple testing stations, having several staff in place. So the cost per test is not a cost of a reagent. If you take even the cost of the machines, let's take PCR. One PCR machine is about $50,000. In order to do the processing before you do the PCR, you can come up with an automatic RNA extraction machine that's about $40,000. Already you're looking at $100,000. Okay? If you're just looking at the machine setup just for PCR. So if you try to put that in multiples, okay, at an airport, you have at least 10 of them. So you multiply that by 100,000, you're already looking at $1 million. Okay? So I'm giving you an analogy between trying to set up a testing system to detect the virus itself and then using a faster method with the latest technology at a more reasonable price. So that's the system that we have in place. And we found that the specimens that we take, I mean, your result coming out as negative or positive depends on the quality of the sample that is taken. So we are going to provide oversight from the national network. We're going to examine how the operations at the airport are done. We will be looking at how the staff have been trained. We'll look at how they operate. We'll look at their operating protocols. And together with the Ghana Health Service, we ensure that we have a very efficient system at the airport. All this is based on the fact that the passenger will be traveling with a negative PCR. So it's very necessary, as the DG has explained, to ascertain that the person is truly negative so that we minimize the risk of incoming infections into Ghana.